New question. Are there plans for character... Why do I look away? Uh-oh. Why do I do it? Okay, you know what? I think, and there's probably things down here being like, he died, give us a spoiler. You've earned it. You suffered through my horrible play long enough.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers at 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 90. As always, Mike answered lots of great questions from the community, and not only did we get leaks from Mike, we also got leaks from the game director, Judd. Buckle up, this is gonna be a good one. And we're gonna start off right now, we're not gonna waste any more time, with Endgame.
And you can share about what you guys might be planning to expand Endgame activities in the future. Yeah, so more dungeons. It's a big thing for sure. Dungeons are set up very much to be, because they're kind of self-contained challenges with a template or framework that they go into. So they have this this framework of there's different tiers. There's a unique reward at the end. There's a unique mechanic that you get with that extra D key that lets you have some sort of mechanic that interacts with the dungeon, and there's a boss fight at the end.
Yes,
like that sort of general framework. We definitely designed that to be really easy to add more dungeons in the future. So if we get an idea for some mechanic that we want to implement, but the only way we can make it work is if we have a guaranteed ability on the player. So this kind of goes back to boss mechanics and boss design, is that we can't assume that players have certain abilities. So like Julra, the Temporal Sanctum dungeon boss, the first dungeon we did, this was really evident. So
Best
we
dungeon.
can't assume that players have a movement ability unless we give them one. So in the dungeon you get a movement ability, the time shift, where you jump to the other time period. And so we can put an undodgeable one-shot kill ability in the boss fight that you have to use this dungeon ability to get out of the way of. And so like that style of interaction where you get this ability, you learn how to use it in the dungeon, then you have to use that ability to fight the boss. And I think there's a lot of really cool design space there. There's definitely a lot of dungeons that we've got.
Okay,
in
new
the,
dungeons.
Early to medium stage of ideation that I know a lot of people really want to get put in as soon as possible. It'll be a little while before we get too many more dungeons, I think, but that is something that we definitely want to expand. Other endgame stuff. So the monolith is great, but it's not. Oh, come on! It's got some issues with.
He's only got 1,000
It's got some issues
life.
with being a little on the repetitive side, and not enough like randomized content in the or randomized activities. I think would probably be a better way to put it. So
I talk about this all the time during my streams.
Activities. It doesn't have enough unexpected activities, and so that's something that we definitely want to look at and expand quite a bit. Just things like you're going through the game, you're going through the endgame, you're going through the monolith, and you stumble across something that changes your expectations for what this run is going to be. So suddenly there's like a new activity that shows up, and you're like, oh cool, I'm going to stop what I'm doing, and I'm going to do this one-shot activity right now, get the reward, and then keep going on my way. And have that be something that is exciting and interesting, maybe semi-predictable in some cases. Things like that. And so yeah, there's definitely room for expanding the endgame. There's also a couple more like endgame modes that we've kind of got sitting in the wings that I think we'll be looking to add in post 1.0 cycles.
Did you catch all that? New dungeons, randomness to the monolith, and a couple of new endgame systems. I'll take it. Feel like I've been asking for this since keys have been out. Keyring.
Can we expect a keyring feature for dungeon keys similar to the forge or crafting as like a wallet to keep dungeon keys instead of hoarding them in the stash? I really hope so. That's something that we've talked about doing. It's on one of those lists of like what's the priority of something like that? How much does that actually help the gameplay? Like finding someone's time that's just like, you got time to add something like this? Like the UI's got to be designed, and like there's just so many things where like people that from different disciplines that need to get in to just add something like that are really busy on really important other things right now. But it's a good chance something like that happening.
Why not they just get sorted like crafting material? Click a button, gone.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it like have a key ring, something like a little, like maybe fly out. I don't know. Something for the key. Yeah, I'd love to see something like that. I think it's a great idea. And we've talked about it lots before.
You hit the transfer crafting items, keys just go with them. Easy. Leak number 1. Ooh, here we go.
Okay. Here we go. Here is an example of a higher tier rogue armor set coming down the pipe, which I'm pretty pumped for. I think it looks pretty cool. So
very spiky.
Are there any plans for character creation customization, or is it a lower dev priority compared to other areas? It's an extremely low priority right now for us. It is something that we do hope to add in the future.
It's like a little shredder. Right?
It doesn't affect the core gameplay loop directly. There's lots of really good reasons to have character customization in the game, and we would like to get it in. I like this one. And development resource investment to what you get out of it right now, where we are in development, and what else is available.
Let him finish answering.
When you take that and compare it to the other things we could be doing and like all that sort of stuff, it comes up short. And so
agreed. Found this part pretty interesting about reducing corruption. Listen to this.
You like can't progress in your monoliths properly. If you're like getting carried hard by someone else and your version of the monolith progresses corruption really heavily, you can end up in a situation where you're just hooped. So until we have a way to adjust that properly, or to reduce your corruption manually without having to like do something really challenging, it's gonna be like, because finding a shade to lower it over and over again will be impossible for a lot of players. If your character can do like corruption 20 and your corruption 300 because you were in this party of these like crazy powerful people,
you're screwed forever.
And you're sitting here going, okay, well now I need to find a shade that's close enough to the center to lower it, and just like you just can't even get past the center nodes. You're up a creek, right?
Yep.
So because we couldn't allow people to get into that situation,
coming. Thinking.
Yeah, that's why it is the way it is. But we do plan to have a way to reduce your corruption, like reset it a lot easier.
Reset it. Check out this leak. Ooh.
Oh, no, it's good. Okay, sweet.
Get my face out of the way.
This is a test clip for some new camera control systems that we're working on, for special events and specific locations, and you won't see this much dynamic camera movement in like most zones and situations. Like, this is a very special situation. Yeah, we've just been expanding our camera control tools and scripting for different events in game. And thank you.
Dynamic camera movement. But wait, there's more. What Mike is about to read out loud is a comment from the game director, Judd.
We haven't unveiled what this new Echo is, have we? No, but thanks for the extra bit of information spoiled for it. I didn't even say it was an Echo, did I? It was. It was a special Echo tape. A new special Echo tape.
A new special Echo type.
I'll show it again with that new information. But it wasn't me that said it, so I can get away with it. More scaling stuff.
That's pretty cool.
This place is too exciting. No spoiler was too much for my heart. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, what made this stream a little extra special was Judd's presence in chat. He was answering questions while Mike was answering questions and giving us links to leaks as Mike was playing. And the first one you will see on screen right now. Now, Mike is asked all the time on Friday about localization. Is the game coming here? Is it coming there? Or can I get it in my language? And as you can see on this 10-second clip, localization is happening. Here is Judd's update. And it's just an in-game menu switching between the different languages. Okay. Now, Judd's leak number 2, maybe a little more on the exciting side. And it's a couple of bears. This is what he said. Okay, here's a fun one. We're working on shaders for water, fur, hair. The one on the left, this is the old bear. Okay. The one on the right, this is the new bear. For me, I mean, you could tell immediately the difference. This looks like drawn on, hair, and this looks fluffy. I mean, for me, bear's my favorite animal. I think this looks great. And the last little leak that Judd gave us, feel like he was trolling. Okay. He said, here's a preview. Wait, he said, here's the most recent warlock skill. And it's little duckies. I don't know what this means, but we had bees. Maybe warlock is getting ducks. That's the video. Dev Chat 90. I can't believe for 90 weeks I have been covering this Friday live stream. Actually, I can because I really, really enjoy it. Mike, thank you for the Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. And Judd, thank you for jumping in, answering questions, and giving us some insider information. I hope you all like this video. 2 asks at the end. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. It does help the channel as we move through 2023. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 62 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. Weekly blog posts, weekly podcasts, access to the VIP lounge so you can chit chat with me every day, chance to win custom merch, special title, and the ability to live stream and audio stream with me, honestly, weekly. It's a lot of good stuff. First link in the description, including over 20 viable build guides. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.